What's going on, everyone? Thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you guys are having a great day. My name is Josh, and I run the YouTube channel Vault Hunters Union. Way back in June of this year, I compared an Alienware pre-built gaming computer compared to a custom-built gaming computer. What I basically did is took the Alienware that I had just received in the mail and had just ordered and went on Tiger Direct and basically ordered all the same parts online and just trying to see what the difference was when I added them all together, what it would cost to get those same parts delivered to my door to give me a similar computer. Feel free to click the link in the video here to watch it, or just click the link in the description. You can watch that video there. The computer that I ordered was pretty much a mid-range price computer. It was not the highest end Alienware. It didn't have all the options. The only thing that I really added that was not on the stock model was the dual graphics cards, the dual 660s. So the comparison was pretty much like a middle ground. What I wanted to do was basically come back and try and compare the two of the highest end computers. So what I did is went on Alienware.ca and created a very high-end Alienware, basically used all the highest end parts that I could and still be able to actually do a complete order. So what you're going to see throughout this video is I took screenshots of different sections on the order page. On Alienware.ca, basically they give you the stock model and you can change the options. So I went through each option I could that was a basic upgrade and upgraded it to the highest I could, the different components. And what I'm going to do also is I do highlight them, and then what I do at the end is I go on Newegg, Tiger Direct, other sites like that, and try to find comparable parts to compare the prices at the end. Now it should be noted, for the comparable parts, I always hear a lot about Alienware using lower end parts for their computers, which I kind of disagree with, but in the end what I did is instead of choosing high end parts for each component on the different websites I went to search for parts, I just used like a middle ground. So I went for the highest price, went to the lowest price, and kind of went in the middle and tried to find a part that was kind of in the middle, so not too high end, not too low end. So what we found when we did the last video is that we saved about $200 or $300 by going custom as opposed to going with the Alienware. Now for some that is a lot of money, but for me I found that to be a very fair comparison. I mean, you're paying them to build the computer, and you're also getting a really good warranty where they send technicians to your house to replace anything. For me that was worth the extra $300, for some is not, but I wanted again to see if that change was more drastic as we went higher end and went with the highest end computer we could possibly build on the Alienware website. So let's not waste any time, guys, let's get started. So to get things started with the Alienware, because you basically have the base model and then you add upgrades to it, I went with the highest end one to start, which starts at $23.99. It should also be noted that these prices are all in Canadian dollars. So the first thing I was able to change that really made any sense for me that I would be able to actually order on Tiger Direct or Newegg and get comparison to was the processor. I went with the highest they had, which is the new i7-4960X Extreme processor. It actually has 6 cores, 15 megabytes of cache, overclocked up to 4.3 gigahertz with the turbo boost. First of all, I do apologize. The new layout on the new Alienware page sucks. I really don't like it, but it is what it is. So I highlighted it, everything in red, just to kind of give you guys an idea of what I'm looking at. The next thing that we took a look at here that I upgraded was the 32 gigs quad channel DDR3 at 1600 megahertz. That's the most Alienware offers, and that is stock on this model that we chose. The next thing is it comes with I added a 512 gigabyte SSD, 6 gigabits per second main hard drive with a terabyte of storage. That was the highest hard drive option they had. After that, I added the dual NVIDIA GeForce GTX 670s. They are 6 gigabytes of total, and they are 2 times 3 gigabytes, basically DDR5, and they are SLI enabled. The last thing that I added, it basically came with a stock DVD drive. I added a DVD drive as well as a Blu-ray disc burner. That was again the highest option, but that's not a huge expense, but you know, it all pretty much adds up, right? Okay, so the next thing isn't really an upgrade, but it was something that comes with it, and it is something if you wanted to have a computer and build your own custom computer, you obviously would have to order. This is the power supply. All Alienwares with the Aurora model come with the 875 watt multi-GPU approved power supply, so that's the one that comes with it. That's the one we're going to have to try and find. Okay guys, so that's pretty much it for the additional upgrades. There was not a whole lot to add. When you start with the highest base model, it comes with a lot of things that normally you would have to add on as upgrades, and you wouldn't get as much of a discount. So with that, everything in total, you can see the subtotal there is $5,099.99, and that is in Canadian dollars. So the last big thing that you have to factor in is the tax. In Canada, more specifically in Ontario, the tax is pretty high. It's at 13%. So if you take that total that we had there and add 13%, you get a total of $5,761.87 Canadian. Holy shit. So as you guys can see, that is a very hefty amount. So what we're going to do now is I've already gone ahead and done the research and found the parts there on Newegg and on Amazon and Tiger Direct. So we're going to compare the prices for similar specs, and we're going to see what the difference is at the end. Okay, so the first thing that we had to order is the processor. So I believe it's the exact same processor on here on Newegg.ca. The total is $1,069.99, and that is also on sale, but that's okay. And we're going to pretend everything here has free shipping as well. So $1,069.99. So obviously, if you're going to build a custom computer, it does not come with its own operating system. You have to buy it separate. The other one came with Windows 8.1, so this one's also going to come with Windows 8.1. This is the 64-bit English edition and is $114.99. So the next thing that we had to find was the RAM. The Alienware comes with 32 gigs of RAM at 1600 megahertz, so obviously I wanted to find the same thing, and I found it here. This is the middle priced one here on Tiger Direct. This is 4x8, also at 1600 megahertz, and it is $436.99. And the next thing on our list is the hard drive. So we found the $449 model here for the Crucial M4, which is a 512 gigabyte solid state drive. This is the only solid state drive I was able to find that was 512. I honestly didn't really look that hard, but still a pretty good price, 449 Canadian dollars for that baby. Now this is the big one. The Alienware that I ordered comes with two or dual GTX 783 gigabyte cards by GeForce. So I had to find comparable ones, and I was able to find some fairly suitable ones to match it. Again, I went with the middle price ones. This is the EVGA model. There's two of them, so they're $559.99 Canadian each times two, which is $1,119.98. Next thing up on the list is something that's pretty cheap. I probably really didn't have to include it. Didn't make much of a difference, but I figured I would anyway. This is the Blu-ray drive. This is pretty much the middle ground. One of the cheapest ones on Tiger Direct. $50 gets you this one. It's the Blu-ray drive player and also plays DVDs. I didn't even do the DVD drive. It was about $20. Alienware is unique in the power supply department in the fact that they have an 875 watt power supply. It's really hard to find an 875 watt power supply, so I kind of just went down a step and went with 850. The difference is pretty minimal. Again, I went middle price here, and I was able to find one here for $149.97. The final price on this site is $129, but I went with $149. I had realized near the end of this video that I had forgotten to add the 1 terabyte desktop hard drive as the internal, as a secondary hard drive, so I've gone ahead and added that. Pretty similar to the one that comes with the Alienware. Pretty standard, comes at a cost of $84.97. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the comparison of the parts. So we're going to go ahead and go over everything. So we got the processor here for $1,069.99. Windows 8.1, $114.99. RAM for 32 gigs, $436.99. 512 gigabyte SSD, $449.99. Video cards, two of them at $559.99 each. Total of $1,119.98. Blu-ray drive, $49.97. 850 watt power supply, $149.97. 1 terabyte standard hard drive, $84.97. Now the case and the motherboard are unique to Alienware. Nobody else makes them. The case I estimated to be about $200 for a comparable case on Tiger Direct and on Newegg. The motherboard I estimate at $200. I found replacement ones online for about $150, $170, so I rounded up to $200 for a new one. And liquid cooling. They basically have basic liquid cooling for the processor. That is about $70. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and add this up and see what we got. And the total we get is a total of $3,946.85. Now it's important to mention that not everything is there that I included. Most of it is, and also the shipping, I pretended that it's going to be free shipping, but it wouldn't. But we're going to stick with this bottom price of $3,946.85. You're looking at a difference of probably about $200 in total for everything. So once again, just like before, we have to also factor in the taxes. Again, in Ontario, 13%. So again, pretending shipping is free, which it wouldn't be, we're going to go ahead and do the math. And if you multiply that total by 1.13 to get the 13% tax included with the price, you get a total of $4,459.94. So pretty much just as predicted, as the computer got more expensive, obviously your savings got a lot bigger. With the mid-range models, with a $200 or $300 difference, it was definitely worth it because of the warranty and stuff like that. With the difference that you're experiencing now, I would definitely say that if you had the money to do one or the other, the custom is definitely the way to go. You're saving $1,300 that could go towards other things like a better monitor, anything like that, different peripherals that you might need. The Alienware does have the better warranty, of course, and also you're paying for them to build it and other things like that, and plus the financing. If you can't afford it, obviously you're gonna have to go with the financing with Alienware because you have a year to pay it off. But if you have the money, definitely 100% go with custom. It's gonna save you a ton of money. So there you pretty much have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you left me a like rating below and subscribed if you are new to the channel. I don't need to be hated on or anything like that. I just wanted to compare. If you guys have any comments, feel free to leave them. Anything you like, good, bad, doesn't really matter, anything like that. I was just, again, wanted to do this for my own curiosity and wanted to share my results with you. So I hope I made things a little bit more clear. If you're looking for a mid-range model, going with the Alienware isn't going to really cost you a whole lot more money. It's probably better, honestly, because of the price difference isn't overly high, and like you said, the warranty coverage and the financing and stuff like that. If you're going to go for a really high end, obviously you're going to want to go custom as long as you know how to build a computer. If not, lots of instructional videos on how to do it on the internet. Other than that, guys, I don't have a whole lot more to say. I hope you guys enjoyed again. Thanks again for watching, and have yourselves a wonderful day. Peace out.